So, the power of fusion was first exhibited back in the Buu saga, where Goten and Trunks fused into the Ultimate Warrior Gotenks, whose power was said to have surpassed Goku during that period of time. Goku and Vegeta further exhibited this power later on in the Buu saga, where they fused into Super Vegito, completely obliterating the unstoppable Buuhan. So now, it's Christmas time, and I have decided that I would like to give a Christmas present to my two favorite characters, Goku and Vegeta. A way for them to get so strong that even the gods are blown out of the water. And this way is through the fusion dance. Let's get into it. Right after Goku defeats Kid Buu, he was thinking, Gotenks was so overwhelmingly powerful, so maybe this fusion dance technique could be useful in the later times. Of course, the only person he could think of fusing with is Vegeta, so he decides to approach Vegeta about this issue. Vegeta, of course, when he hears Goku talk about fusion, immediately declines him. He thinks that fusing with Goku is a disgrace to his elite Saiyan body. However, after much convincing, Vegeta finally relents, allowing Goku and Vegeta to fuse. After a few failed tries, Gogeta is finally born. Gogeta's power was amazing, and Gogeta decided to test his power by throwing Ki Blast at himself, and he dodges and weaves out of the way. Gogeta's speed was incredible, and Gogeta was having a fun time. However, after 30 minutes, they defuse back into themselves. However, Goku was thinking, and he suddenly noticed one thing. During this 30-minute training session that Gogeta had with himself, both Goku and Vegeta have grown way stronger than before, and Goku is kinda confused. Vegeta, of course, notices that as well, and now they both realize that maybe fusion was the way to break through their limits even more than they did before. So now we venture on into the Battle of Gods saga. 5 years have passed by. Goku and Vegeta have grown accustomed to using the fusion technique, and are now way stronger than before. Goku's theory postulated from doing these many years of fusion, he thinks that it's because Gogeta was able to train during this period of time and grow way stronger. So this allowed for both Goku and Vegeta to become stronger when Gogeta defuses. Anyways, we go to Bulma's birthday party on the cruise. All is good until Beerus and Whis show up. Beerus is here for the Super Saiyan God. He asks Goku about this myth and legend. However, Goku has no idea what he's talking about, and so Beerus threatens to destroy the entire planet if Goku doesn't fight him. Goku, of course, accepts this challenge. He views Beerus as a threat and decides to immediately go all out, transforming into Super Saiyan 3. However, Beerus immediately obliterates Goku. However, Goku's power in this canon events was already way stronger than the original Goku, around 50 to 30 times stronger. Beerus was very impressed. However, he still wanted to fight the Super Saiyan God. So, along with the help with Shenron, Goku becomes the Super Saiyan God, and they clash together, their punches shaking the entire universe. Goku was so strong, and Beerus was undoubtedly impressed. How could a mortal be this powerful? So Beerus decides to power up even more, and finally he defeats Goku once and for all. However, Goku had put up such a good fight that Beerus wanted to accept Goku and Vegeta as students immediately and asked them whether they could come to Beerus' planet to train and harness the powers of God Ki. Of course, Goku and Vegeta both agree immediately, and together they leave for Beerus' planet. Next up, we have the revival of Frieza saga. Back on Beerus' planet, Goku and Vegeta have harnessed the power of Super Saiyan Blue, and they are advancing very quickly. Of course, they have even tried the fusion technique during this time, and Gogeta Blue's power was amazing, and Whis thinks that Gogeta Blue could even rival Beerus' power. However, as usual, Frieza shows up on Earth, and Goku decides to face him. Frieza immediately turns into his final form, as Goku fights Frieza in his base form. However, Goku in his base form far surpasses Frieza, and easily punches Frieza in the gut, sending him flying to the ground. Frieza is pissed off. How could this monkey be so strong? So he started shouting and powering up into his final golden form. Now Frieza was confident. However, Goku also had his own tricks up his sleeve. He starts to power up, his aura shaping around him into a fiery red aura. Goku has just transformed into a Super Saiyan God. The aura dissipates, and Goku raises his stance, ready to fight against Frieza. Goku and Frieza lunge towards each other, and their fists colliding, their fists blocking, and they seem to be evenly matched. However, this was not the case. As they jump back away from each other, Frieza realizes that there were multiple cuts all around his body. Frieza didn't even see Goku touch him, and Frieza suddenly realized that he was being outmatched. Frieza was pissed off. How could this monkey be so strong? And in a fit of rage, Frieza lunges straight at Goku, trying to catch him unaware. However, Goku suddenly disappears right in front of Frieza's eyes. Frieza looks frantically around when suddenly Goku just appears right behind him, smacking him in the distance. Frieza collides with a mountain, falling to the ground. Suddenly, Frieza's golden form disappears, and Frieza was rendered back into his final form. Frieza was pissed off. He just defeated him with a single punch. However, Goku doesn't give Frieza any time to think. He just sends a Kamehameha flying towards Frieza, and Frieza, just like that, was eliminated and evaporated from the face of the earth. Goku was a victor of this fight. Next up, we have the Universe 6 tournaments. So, the first two members are obviously gonna be Goku and Vegeta. Monaka will not be in this tournament this time because Goku and Vegeta are already steady motivating forces for each other. So now we have Goten and Trunks, who have been growing steadily stronger over the past few years. This is because they've been engaging in fusion, and fusions always makes the users much stronger. So in this canon of events, Goten and Trunks have both unlocked Super Saiyan 2. Now before we get to Goten and Trunks, we have to talk about Gohan and Piccolo. After Beerus' arrival and seeing Goku rival Beerus, Gohan was actually motivated to continue his training. Piccolo was the one who took charge of Gohan's training, and together they grew much stronger. So Piccolo and Gohan will be the first members, and now there's one final member. So their obvious two choices were Goten and Trunks. However, they could only choose one out of the two. So Goku and Vegeta actually have an argument. Goku wants Goten to participate in this tournament. However, Vegeta wants his son Trunks to participate. So Vegeta actually provides a good compelling argument to Goku. He tells Goku that one of his sons are already participating in the tournament. So Goku finally relents, allowing Trunks to participate in this Universe 6 tournament. So the tournament begins, and the first fighter up from Universe 6 is Botamo. and Trunks steps up to the challenge. Trunks isn't willing to let his father down, so he immediately goes full power into Super Saiyan 2. So Trunks faces off against Botamo, and using a few tricks, Trunks ties Botamo's hands and legs together and pushes him right out of the arena, allowing him to win the first match. Next up, he goes off against Frost. However, Frost underestimates Trunks, thinking that Trunks is just a small little kid with nothing in his disposal. However, he was wrong and was swiftly kicked out before he could even poison Trunks. Next up, Trunks was against Vegeta. Due to the restriction that Champa placed not allowing Trunks to fly too high, Trunks actually struggled against Vegeta in his Super Saiyan 2 form. And during this fight, Trunks was shown to physically exert himself a lot, causing him to drop down from Super Saiyan and go back multiple times. After stressing himself tremendously, Trunks manages to prevail against Vegeta. However, by this time, Trunks was so drained that couldn't even turn into Super Saiyan. So, Trunks next up faces off against Kaba. With a minor stroke of luck, he manages to prevail against Kaba. All these fights leave Beerus impressed by Trunks' performance. He didn't know a kid had this much potential. This was played on later in the story. So, Trunks faces off against the 5th and final person from the Universe 6 team, the Universe 6 assassin, known as Hit. As we all know, Hit is powerful, and Trunks was easily knocked out immediately by Hit. So, Beerus suggests a plan. They have no idea how this Hit's powers work, so they decide to let Piccolo go next as he's the weakest of the group. Despite all the training Piccolo has done with Gohan, Piccolo is only a slightly stronger than he was in canon. Therefore, Hit easily knocks Piccolo out with a single time skip. He suddenly disappears and appears right in front of Piccolo, knocking Piccolo out of the arena. However, this observation allows the Galactic King to know what Hit is using. Hit was using the time skip. Equipped with this knowledge, Vegeta now faces off against Hit. This will be a legendary battle of a lifetime. Vegeta doesn't underestimate Hit and immediately turns into Super Saiyan Blue as he rushes towards Hit, knocking him to the ground. Hit couldn't even react to Vegeta's immense speed. Hit after that powers up his time skip even further, trying to land a punch on Vegeta. But Vegeta, now knowing Hit's techniques, manages to dodge all his hits skillfully. This causes Hit to power up once more, advancing his time skip to 1 full second. And this actually allows Hit to land a few blows on Vegeta. But Vegeta powers up even more, and as Hit tries to land one more punch, Vegeta suddenly disappears right in front of Hit's eyes. He has no idea where Vegeta went, and suddenly Vegeta appears right behind Hit with a Gallic gun charged up. This Gallic gun launches towards Hit, causing Hit to fly out of the arena, allowing Vegeta to prevail in this tournament. Afterwards, Beerus used the Super Dragon Balls to wish back Earth for Champa, and now we move on into the Goku Black saga. Many things will change here, and we first notice this when Trunks comes back in the time ship. However, the person pursuing Trunks wasn't Goku Black, but a person known as Vegeta Black, resembling Vegeta identically, like he's an evil twin. And Vegeta Black challenges Vegeta to a battle. Vegeta has no idea who this man is or why he's here, but he accepts the challenge. Vegeta faces off against Vegeta Black. Understandably, Vegeta was pissed off. How could this random dude take and use his body for evil deeds? Therefore, he transforms into his newly acquired Super Saiyan Blue evolution and finishes off Vegeta Black for good. Let some random copycat walk around free like that. After Trunks tanks Vegeta, he returns back to the past. However, he notices a new individual there. He couldn't sense his energy, and this individual was none other than Zamasu. Zamasu wondered why Vegeta Black didn't return, and decided that he would just do this himself and eliminate all the mortals. Trunks of course stands in Zamasu's way, so Zamasu's first objective is to kill Trunks. Of course, Trunks wouldn't just sit there and let Zamasu kill him, so he transforms into Super Saiyan 2. Therefore, the fight between Trunks and Zamasu begins. Trunks obliterates Zamasu fully with a Gallic gun, using up a lot of his energy. Trunks heaves a sigh of relief. At least the fight was finally over. However, he was very wrong, as Zamasu seemingly pops out of nowhere. Trunks was hella confused. How did that happen? Zamasu merely laughs at Trunks, mocking him for his stupidity. Trunks lunges towards Zamasu, punching him multiple times over and over again, wanting to kill him for good. However, Zamasu merely laughs at Trunks' punches, as all the punches just seem to do nothing to Zamasu. Zamasu seems to regenerate everything that Trunks was doing to him. Trunks realizes that Zamasu could actually be immortal. As Trunks finally punches Zamasu away, he decides to make a strategic retreat as he masks his energy and heads on towards Capsule Corporation. Trunks uses the time machine at Capsule Corporation to travel back to the past once more. He had no idea what to do. After all, Zamasu was invincible. Bulma notices Trunks' return and asks Trunks what was the matter. Trunks tells Bulma all about his problem, which he has no idea how to fix. Beerus and Whis were listening by. Looks like they were right about Zamasu being the main culprit. Knowing that Zamasu was a threat, Beerus tells Whis to go along with Trunks to the future to take care of Zamasu. Trunks was plenty surprised at Beerus' offer. After all, Beerus didn't take a liking to time travel. However, Beerus was willing to make an exception just this time. So, Whis travels over to the past, and using a Z-sword that was very familiar, he seals Zamasu away forever, defeating him once and for all. Trunks tanks Whis as Whis travels back to the present. And just like that, the future Trunks saga is resolved. So now we move on to the final saga of Dragon Ball Super, the Tournament of Power. So, who will be part of the team in the Tournament of Power? So obviously, we have Goku and Vegeta. That's kinda obvious. They are the strongest people here. Afterwards, we actually have Trunks and Goten this time around. Due to the power of fusion, Trunks and Goten are actually really strong in this version of events. Of course they're still kinda immature and lacking experience, but the power more than makes up for it. Afterwards, of course we have Gohan and Piccolo. Then we have Android 17 and 18. Roshi and Krillin are the last two members of this team. So now we move on into the Tournament of Power. So the start of the tournament actually goes pretty much as usual, with Goku, Vegeta, Android 17 and Android 18 splitting up from the main group. Meanwhile, the rest of the team stick together as they try to maneuver the chaos that was the Tournament of Power. However, Gohan quickly spots a problem. He looks around, realizing that Trunks and Goten weren't even here with them anymore. They were supposed to stick with them the entire tournament because they were the least experienced fighters. However, they somehow sneaked off. Gohan face palms, frantically looking around in search of Goten and Trunks. Turns out Goten and Trunks actually meet an enemy from Universe 6. This person is none other than the reptilian creature known as Frost. Trunks doesn't even recognize Frost from the Universe 6 tournament because he had actually eliminated Frost in his first form. Trunks and Goten were being pummeled by Frost, not knowing that Frost was actually this strong. There was a huge disparity between Frost's power in his first form and his fourth form. However, as soon as he transformed into Super Saiyan 2, Frost was pushed back. Goten and Trunks lunged straight at Frost, their movements completely coordinated and in sync. Frost could not handle the multitude and flurry of punches that Goten and Trunks were throwing at him, and this resulted in him being eliminated once more. Next people Goten and Trunks face up against are Caulifla and Kale. However, since Trunks never taught Kaba how to turn Super Saiyan, Caulifla and Kale don't know how to do that either. Therefore, Goten and Trunks were easily able to push them back. As a last resort, they used the Potara earrings to turn into Kefla, and Goten and Trunks could sense the immense power coming from Kefla, so they themselves turned into their own fusion, Gotenks. So, Super Saiyan Goten faces off against Kefla as they match punch for punch. However, the fight soon turned around when Gotenks turns into Super Saiyan 2 and was able to quickly overwhelm Kefla and defeat her once and for all. Goten and Trunks didn't actually want to resort to the fusion technique. However, since someone else had used it, they would have to use it too. So afterwards, we'll cover Android 17 and 18's journey throughout the Tournament of Power. So they face off against Universe 3 girls, able to swiftly eliminate them. So the next main highlight is Goku versus Jiren, as Goku stands in front of Jiren as they begin to face off. Goku lunges straight towards Jiren in his space form. However, he was absolutely no match for Jiren, and none of his punches even caused Jiren to move. So Goku turns into a Super Saiyan, and this time Jiren actually has to start blocking Goku's punches. Take note that Goku is much stronger in this version of events than in canon. So Goku turns into Super Saiyan 2, and Jiren actually has to start taking him slightly seriously, as he blocks all of Goku's punches with one finger. So Goku transforms into Super Saiyan God, and the jump in power from Super Saiyan 2 to Super Saiyan God actually caught Jiren off guard for a single moment. However, Jiren immediately retaliates, sending Super Saiyan God Goku flying back as Goku catches himself mid-air. Goku knows that Super Saiyan God isn't enough, so he turns back into his base form as he starts to power up all the way into Super Saiyan Blue. Without hesitation, Super Saiyan Blue Goku leaps towards Jiren, and Goku actually surprises Jiren with this power. Goku was fast, and Jiren did not expect Goku to be this powerful. Jiren actually starts to struggle a little bit against Super Saiyan Blue Goku, as Super Saiyan Blue Goku actually lands a few hits onto Jiren. However, as Jiren slowly powers up, Goku realizes that Super Saiyan Blue was still no match for Jiren. So Goku shows off his new technique, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Goku slowly ramps up his Kaioken as Jiren also slowly ramps up his power. They were both evenly matched for now. However, Goku reaches his max of Kaioken times 20. However, Jiren still has more in store. Goku realizes that this was his limit, and yet Jiren didn't seem to be nearing his limit anytime soon. This wasn't good for him, as Jiren lands a solid blow on Goku, sending Goku flying backwards. Goku was actually pretty injured from that one punch. Jiren wasn't holding back too much of his power any longer and recognized Goku as a threat. Goku, knowing that Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken will no longer work against Jiren, powers down. Jiren, initially confused, asks Goku what the heck he's doing. However, Goku lifts both of his hands up. It was time for his ultimate technique, his ultimate trump card, the Super Spirit Bomb. As everyone lends their energy to Goku, Goku feels the weight of the Spirit Bomb slowly increase. The density of the Spirit Bomb was slowly spiking as well. This was the strongest Spirit Bomb Goku has ever gathered. And if this didn't work against Jiren, he only had one card left up his sleeve. So Goku launches the completed Spirit Bomb towards Jiren. Jiren initially struggles to push it back. However, he powers up once again, tapping into the reserves of his power as he slowly pushes it back towards Goku. Goku wasn't gonna lose this one, so he transforms into Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken and pushes it back towards Jiren as well. This was a struggle as both fighters pushed their absolute hardest. However, between them, the Spirit Bomb is actually getting slowly compressed. This huge energy source was about to explode. Jiren, who has been holding back this entire tournament, still has a lot of stamina left. However, the same cannot be said for Goku. At this critical juncture, Goku runs out of energy as he transforms into his base form and falls into the exploding Spirit Bomb. Goku disappears in a flash of light as the entire world of Void shakes from the Spirit Bomb explosion. Everyone is shocked. Goku was gone. Beerus was terrified. His trump card, Goku, was gone, and Jiren was still in the arena. So he asked the Grand Priest whether Jiren was disqualified for killing Goku. However, the Grand Priest explains Goku was killed by his own technique, the Spirit Bomb, and this was not Jiren's fault. Beerus collapsed. All hope was gone. However, suddenly he felt a spike in energy as a huge pillar of light emerges in the middle of the arena. Beerus smiles. Looks like he was underestimating Goku too much. As Goku reappears, he has now awakened to Ultra Instinct Omen. And take note, because Goku is so much stronger in this version of events, Ultra Instinct Omen Goku actually puts up a crazy fight against Jiren. Jiren immediately powers up to his full power, and Ultra Instinct Omen was easily able to keep up with Jiren. Jiren could not accustom himself to the weird movements of Ultra Instinct Omen, and this allowed Goku an edge over Jiren as he lands many solid punches on Jiren, sending Jiren flying away. Jiren was injured and battered just in those few moments of contact. Ultra Instinct Omen Goku was strong, too strong, and Bellman was scared as hell. Was Goku gonna eliminate Jiren? However, life can never be that simple. Goku was running out of stamina rapidly and decides that he had to launch a final attack towards Jiren as he launches straight towards Jiren at breakneck speed, his arm stretched outwards. Jiren tries to block the punch, however Goku evades right at the last second, landing a huge punch on Jiren's stomach, sending Jiren flying across the arena, almost going out of the arena. However, just at this point in time, as Goku tries to launch towards Jiren once again, he falls to his knees as he powers down into his base form. He no longer had access to Ultra Instinct Omen. His body had failed him. Jiren stands back up. There was no way he was going to let Goku stay in the arena any longer. He was too much of a threat. However, before he could eliminate Jiren, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks and Blue Evolution Vegeta stands in his way. They were going to prevent Jiren from eliminating Goku right here and now. Gohan and Piccolo join in as well, as they provide a brief distraction as Vegeta flies straight towards Goku with his hands stretched outwards. He shouts at Goku to prepare the pose. As they both launch straight to each other, their fingers pointing straight towards each other's fingers. This was the signature fusion pose as they fuse into Gogeta. Now Gogeta faces off against Jiren. As usual, Gogeta appears with a confident smirk on his face. He knew that in his base form, he wouldn't be able to take Jiren on, so he immediately powers up into Super Saiyan. And immediately Super Saiyan Gogeta is much higher in power than Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku. And Jiren has to immediately power up to his full power in order to even match Super Saiyan Gogeta. Super Saiyan Gogeta starts to struggle a little bit against full power Jiren. After all, this was the strongest fighter in Universe 11 and arguably the strongest fighter in the entire tournament. As Super Saiyan Gogeta and Jiren clash, Jiren lands a solid punch on Gogeta, which Gogeta barely manages to block. Looks like he had to power up even further, so Gogeta transforms into Super Saiyan God, and immediately the jump in power is very noticeable. Jiren couldn't keep up with Gogeta, and Gogeta immediately overwhelms Jiren with a multitude flurry of punches, which Jiren couldn't even deflect a single one, sending Jiren flying out of the arena. Gogeta was simply far above Jiren in this state. Jiren couldn't believe it. How could two mortals be so powerful together? Was this the power of teamwork? Was this something he was missing? Well, Jiren will never get to answer that question as he's eliminated from the tournament by Gogeta. Naturally, the rest of the fighters are no problem for Gogeta, and even when Gogeta defuses, Goku and Vegeta are more than enough to take care of the rest of the fighters. So, the wish goes over to Goku because Goku was able to put Jiren on the ropes in Ultra Instinct Omen and was part of the fusion who defeated Jiren. Therefore, he was the MVP. And as we all know, Goku is pure of heart. He's a nice guy, so he wishes for all the universe to be restored. And just like that, we end the series here. As we all know, the Dragon Ball Super anime hasn't continued yet, but the manga has already gone into the Moro arc as well as the Granola arc. However, I'm still waiting for the Moro arc anime adaptation before I continue into the Moro arc for any of my what ifs. So you guys have to be patient with me, and thank you all for watching this series. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video. Stay tuned and thank you.